So be honest with me for a second. How many times have you started something absolutely fired up, full of motivation, only to just quit after a few days? Seriously, it happens to all of us. But here's the thing, it is not because you didn't try hard enough. It's because sheer effort alone literally cannot fix a fundamentally bad system. And until you actually fix that underlying system, well, you're just gonna stay stuck on that exact same hamster wheel. I want you to hear this loud and clear. You don't lack discipline. You are not lazy, and you are definitely not incapable of success. But here's the really uncomfortable truth we have to face. You keep failing simply because the system you're using is broken. It really is that straightforward. Welcome to this explainer on system over motivation, the architecture of success. You know, most people out there firmly believe success comes from motivation. They think, man, I just need to push harder. I need way more discipline. But think about it. If that actually worked, you wouldn't still be struggling right now, right? Here's the reality check. Motivation is a sugar rush. It's temporary. Systems, on the other hand, are permanent. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how habits really work, the real reason you keep failing, and most importantly, how to build a rock-solid system that makes your success completely automatic. All right, let's jump right into section 1, the real reason you fail. Here's where almost everyone goes wrong right out of the gate. They obsess over goals. They say, I want to lose 20 pounds, or I want to get rich, or I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. But here's the secret. Goals do not change your life. Systems do. Think about this for a second. Winners and losers often have the exact same goals, right? Every Olympian wants the gold medal, but the winner actually has a daily system to get there. The loser is just relying on a burst of motivation. And as we all know, motivation fades incredibly fast. There is a very famous quote that perfectly captures this. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Literally everything about your current life is just a reflection of your daily habits. Your physical health, your bank account, your mindset, the whole shebang. All of it is built by what you actually do every single day, not what you vaguely intend to do someday. So if your results are bad, well, it just means your system is bad. Moving right along to section 2, change your identity first. Now, this right here is the absolute game changer that most people completely ignore. You don't change your life by blindly chasing results. You change it by changing your underlying identity. It's a massive psychological shift. Instead of telling yourself, I want to work out, which sounds like a chore, you need to reframe it and say, I am someone who works out. You're stepping into a completely new version of yourself. The problem is when we start out, small habits feel kind of useless. That's exactly why people quit. Reading just one page of a book, doing 5 measly push-ups, transferring $10 to a savings account, it feels like nothing, right? Like, why bother? But here is the absolute truth of the matter. Massive success is built on tiny, small actions repeated daily. It's not about those giant, exhausting, once-in-a-while efforts. Every single small action you take is literally a vote for the person you are becoming. Which brings us nicely to section 3, the math of habits. Let's look at the sheer math of this because it's pretty mind-blowing. Think about improving just 1% every single day. 1%. It's barely noticeable in the moment, but if you keep that up over a year, the compounding effect is astronomical. Your life completely transforms. But, and this is a massive but, the opposite is also true. Compounding works in reverse too. Bad habits compound just as effectively as good ones. Eating poorly, skipping workouts, scrolling on your phone for hours, most people are actually slowly destroying their future potentials, one tiny bad choice at a time, without even realizing what's happening. Okay, let's look at section 4, design your environment. This is where we stop relying on willpower. I'm going to give you a harsh truth right now. Your environment controls you way more than your discipline ever will. Period. If there are constant distractions on your desk, you are going to get distracted. If there is junk food sitting right there on the kitchen counter, I guarantee you, eventually, you will eat it. You have to stop relying on sheer willpower, because willpower runs out. Instead, you need to start actively engineering your physical surroundings. Another reason people fail is that they make their new habits way too hard, way too fast. They try to go from 0 to absolute extreme overnight. And honestly, that never, ever lasts. Instead, you have to make your new habits stupidly easy. Start with just 2 minutes. Want to run a marathon? Just put on your shoes and step outside for 2 minutes. That's it. Because in the long run, consistency beats intensity every single time. You also have to understand what we call the gratification trap. Look, your brain is biologically wired to seek out immediate rewards. It's evolution. That's exactly why bad habits feel so incredibly good in the moment, but then they hurt you later. And it's why good habits feel so difficult and painful right now, but reward you massively down the road. So give yourself some grace. You're not weak. You're literally just fighting against your brain's default operating system. So how do we beat our own biology? That brings us to section 5, make success automatic. Fixing this is actually shockingly simple once you know the trick. You just flip the script. You have to actively attach immediate rewards to your good habits to make them instantly satisfying. Make your good habits as frictionless and easy as possible. At the same time, you have to add friction to your bad habits. Make them physically harder to do. Put the TV remote in another room, unplug the video game console. That's how you actually rewire your daily behavior. So let's lay out the exact blueprint. Here is what you need to do. 1. Decide who you actually want to become. 2. Start impossibly small. 3. Track those habits every single day. 4. Fix your physical environment. 5. Stay ruthlessly consistent. And 6. Accept that there are absolutely no shortcuts. Remember, at the end of the day, your brain just wants comfort. It doesn't inherently want success. That's why you naturally avoid doing hard things. But building strong systems and habits completely solves this problem. They remove the exhausting process of decision-making entirely. They literally put your actions on autopilot, and once something becomes automatic, the daily struggle just vanishes. You don't fail because you aren't trying hard enough. You fail because your system is fundamentally broken. Fix the system, and your success basically becomes a mathematical certainty. It becomes predictable, not just a matter of getting lucky. If you really understood this today and you're ready to make a change, drop a comment below and say system over motivation. And hey, tell me just one tiny 2-minute habit you're going to start today. I really want to hear them. Make sure to subscribe for more explainers just like this, so I'll leave you with this final thought. Are you going to fall back to your old broken systems today, or are you finally going to build new ones?